If your business only works when you're working, you don't have a business. You have a dependency. And that dependency is keeping you stuck. Host Edna White, and this is Keeping It Real. Today, my guest is Blaz Marolt. Yeah,
Yeah.
guys. Yes, all right. He
Yeah.
was in the United States Military Academy. He is a United States Military Academy graduate and a former COO of how he helps founders so their business actually runs without them. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so this is your next move, everyone. You know that. So he is going to be talking to you. You better get your pens and your paper. You better set us on record. Replay this as much as possible because when he gives the diamonds, they drop. You better catch them. You got it? All right, ready? So, first question, Blaz.
Yeah.
Talk directly to the person who's listening right now who feels overwhelmed in their business and what are they not seeing?
Yeah. So one of the things that as if you're overwhelmed in business, you're probably just working day in, day out, and you probably listened to the advice, hey, you just have to keep hustling all the time and all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually not true. Uh, if you're hustling too much and if you're working too much, there's something, I would say you're lacking something in your operations or your fulfillment efficiency, because nobody should be working legitimately more than,
Yes.
I would say, 8 to 10 hours a day. Like 10 hours is max. And then our brain can't even handle it that much. Like our peak brain efficiency is between 4 and 6 hours a day. If you're working more than that, you're just going to tire and burn yourself out. And what you're doing now in, so let's say 20s, 30s, or even 40s, where at times when those are the times when we usually start businesses and we're hustling, right? Is you're actually
Right.
mortgaging your health from the future.
Oh, that's
And,
good.
and the other question I always have and ask for to a founder or a business owner is, why did you even start your business? Did you start it so
Yeah.
you can work all day, every day, 24/7? Or did you start it so that you can,
Right.
A, help people, or also B,
Mm-hmm.
did you start it so that you can free your time to be with your family, your friends, your loved ones, whoever you hang out with? And in the majority of cases, it's pretty much both. And now
Right.
you're stuck in this loop that you just have to work all the time. And it's not fun. I know I don't want to work
Yeah. Yeah.
12
Me neither.
plus hours a day. It's not fun. I want to enjoy myself, be on the beach somewhere or somewhere that's sunny and just enjoy
Exactly.
myself. That's it.
Right. Oh, that's good. Oh, you dropped some real great jewels. I didn't know our brain couldn't take that. Oh my
No,
goodness, that is so good.
it can't.
Learn something new today. Audience, here we go. He's going to break down something else. Break this down, Blaz. When does being involved become a problem for the business owner?
Mhm. It's a couple of things. The first one is when you're so overwhelmed in making decisions that people or the business gets stuck. So you may think
Mm-hmm.
of like, oh, I have to make a decision today again, this again, that decision again. Or what I've heard is, I don't want to make any more decisions today because I've just made too
Right.
much or I'm too tired. Those kind of like thoughts and questions from the founder are the pinnacle of, hey, you're the bottleneck. You need to outsource something. You need to
Mhm.
systematize, automate something, and you have to empower somebody else to take and to make those decisions instead of you.
Yeah, don't I know?
Yeah. And
Don't I
the
know?
yeah,
Yes, that's
and
good.
the second
Tell
one,
these people that. That's important,
yeah,
Blaj. That's important. Tell them.
and the second one, what you're doing is you're making the decisions that you want to make, not the ones that you need to make for your business.
Oh, that's good too. Yeah, that's good. I like that. All right, we're going to talk about the gap now.
Yeah.
Let's go versus execution. Where do they break down?
Can you repeat the question again? Sorry, because like we cut off a little bit.
Vision
Yeah.
versus execution. Where do they break down?
Yes. So the normally as a founder you have a vision, or at least everybody should have a vision.
Hmm.
And I'm talking about not just surviving till the next 6 months or getting, yourself paid, but what do you
Right.
want to do in 2, 3, 4, or 5 years? If you don't have that, so stop right now and actually have a vision,
Right.
because without this, execution
Right.
is not, you're not going to be able to execute correctly.
Right.
But if you have a vision, then where most of the founders kind of fail or are not doing enough is that they're not systematizing their business, right? Usually it's in their heads, right? It's, I know everything, I know exactly like it is. Or if you're hiring a VA or somebody at Upwork or whatever you're
Yeah.
hiring, stuff is in your head and you don't understand how people can understand you.
Yeah.
Uh, it's because it's in your head, and usually it's all convoluted. It's kind of like almost becomes a spaghettification of all of the
Hmm.
processes that you're not downloading to into your business. And when you actually start systematizing it, and that's hard for all of us. Like, I'm right now
Yeah.
a solopreneur at the moment, right? I
Right.
want to expand also my business slowly with more people, and I know I'm probably going to have the same issue. Is everything is in my head, and I'm slowly
Right.
right now starting to type in what is my customer journey map, what is my client map, so that when
Right.
I bring in people, that they will
Hmm.
understand what what my business is about and where they are. And unfortunately,
Right.
in the majority of visionaries and business owners, don't do that. And then you
Right.
just bring a VA and say, "Hey, do emails for me or do a specific task for me." And those guys are probably and gals are probably amazing at what they do, but they don't
Right.
understand everything. And again, you become a bottleneck. And when you grow, the more you grow, the harder it actually becomes to systematize everything, because you're fighting fires every day, all night, pretty
Oh
much.
yes. Oh yes.
You're always in the day to day, and that then becomes an issue.
Yes.
As in, I don't have the time. I don't even have the time to think about my vision in the future, because we
Right.
do need this. And when we're talking about the brain at the beginning, is when you're in the day to day, your energy it just goes down all the time. And as business owners, one thing that we're really missing a lot of times is 2, 3 hours a day of just me time, thinking time, executive time, whatever you call it, just to think about the business and not doing anything.
That's
Because
good.
yeah, because one of the things that we've switched and we're doing nowadays that we definitely didn't do in the past is
Hmm.
all of the gurus there are telling you be productive, have every single day your calendar has to be full, otherwise you're not performing. No, actually, your calendar needs to
That's
be
what they
as
tell you.
empty as possible. It has to be as empty as possible. Like,
Yes.
your brain it cannot
Yes.
work
It
more
has to be
than
as
like I
empty as
said.
possible.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what
And
I'm learning. I'm learning that. I know I'm getting in on your time, but I'm learning that because
yeah,
I have automated my time to do things now. So now I'm filling things. I
yeah.
just started an art course, and I have
Nice.
a day to do that now. So I'm like, yay! But now I know what you mean by that, because it's so exciting too, and it's great
Yeah.
to hear from an expert such as yourself. Now
Thank you.
you talked about time.
Yeah.
Where are they losing time without realizing it? Is it in the same things as doing their smaller tasks?
Yeah. So smaller tasks, and then just pretty much being the bottleneck about, like, you're saying, hey, I'm checking up on either people that are
Okay.
working for me. And it's like, hey, every single day I have to have, a 15, 20 minute day. We call it stand ups, right? In the majority of cases, those are almost useless. If you have a good system, uh, if you have a good system on how to actually do
Yes.
your weekly meetings, so one-on-ones, you don't need stand-ups every day, because if you hire the correct people, uh, the people are actually going to be performing, and they will hate you for it that they have to be on a stand-up for 15, 20 minutes every single day.
Right.
That's
Right. Yeah.
that's usually
I
number
learned
one.
that by myself.
Yeah.
You should be so proud of me, Blaz. I
It's
learned
awesome.
that
Yeah.
myself. I was like, they don't need to meet me every day, because
Yeah.
let's have them figure it out, and they
Yeah.
work much better.
Yeah.
They're faster and more efficient.
Mhm. there.
I got it. I'm so
Exactly.
excited about that. It's so great.
That
That's really
and
good. So you just talked about fixing. So
yeah,
people think hiring fixes this.
yeah.
Does it?
I mean, when we're talking about like if you hire somebody, it will fix it if you know how to hire first the correct person for the job, and
Gotcha.
that you're willing to actually take a step back. A lot of times when you're a
Ooh.
business owner, because so one thing that I'm really afraid of, that one business owner told me was like, my business is my baby.
I said
I
that too.
yeah, it's it's amazing to think about that, but let's kind of break
Yeah.
it down a little bit. When you say your business is your baby, so a
Yeah.
baby is, I'm gonna say it like it's a small person that
Yes.
is it cannot be autonomous. You always have
Yeah.
to be there 24/7, and you need
Yes.
to make sure that it doesn't he or she doesn't hurt themselves. They don't do anything pretty much stupid, because their baby's there.
Right.
It's new to them. But if you treat your business like this, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to be there 24/7. You're always going to be afraid that something's going to happen. Instead, you should treat your business as an adult. It's like you have your own responsibilities. I know what you're doing. And then when I hire somebody, I need to give them, what do I want from it? What's the end goal? And then I trust you that I hired you for a reason. You're good enough, or you're great because I hired you. Go and do your magic, and then let me do my magic, the one that I need to do to promote my business, to extend my business, or whatever zone of genius I love doing. And that's pretty much it. And you're going to save a lot of time.
Okay, where are we? Okay, give
Oh,
them one move they can make this week. Oh,
uh,
okay,
yeah,
there you
sorry.
go.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got
yeah,
it? You got the
we're back.
question?
No, no, no,
Okay.
no, I didn't.
Okay. Give them one move they can make this week.
Yeah. So, I can guarantee that every single one of you can make a better one-on-one with your team. If you don't have one-on-ones with your team, so I'm presuming that the majority of people here have at least one person. Just go and have a 30-minute one-on-one every single week. Give them the task, a purpose, what you want them to do, and what the reporting timeline is. And the reporting timeline, what I'm saying, what I mean is, at max, you can give them to report to you once a day. If a task is longer than 1 month, if it's a project, it's okay if they only report you once a week. It's good enough.
Okay.
And then let them execute. And I know that feeling that you're going to have. I need to check up on them like 2 or 3 or 4 times a day. Trust me when I tell you that if you have a high performer, they're going to hate you for it. I
Yeah.
hated my bosses that did that to me. Give me the time and space. Tell me what I need to do, and then let me be, and I will
I'll do
perform
it.
magic for you. But if you disturb me every 2 or 3 hours, if I feel that you're micromanaging me, then my performance is going to go down the toilet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, that's
just
good.
do that, and it's going to improve your business
Oh,
100%.
that's good. That's really good. So, where can they find you to ask you some questions? Because I know they're gonna have questions.
LinkedIn. I am always active on LinkedIn, and it's the best thing to start a conversation there. Just tell me where we met, and I always love to hop on any networking calls, any chats. Always open.
Okay. So, audience, his information is going to be below this video. So, maybe you got to check him out, friend them, follow him, whatever you need to do to get more of what you just heard and hire him to help you get better at what you do. You don't need
Yeah.
more ideas. You need structure, and he's the one to give it to you. Because
And
if your business can't run without you, it'll never grow beyond you. Thanks so much today, Blaz, for being
pleasure.
here and telling us this on your next move. If you
Yeah.
heard anything today, you even heard yourself, then you already know there is a gap. Book a clarity session. I'm going to have his information on the bottom of this video. Book a clarity session. Let's fix what actually is holding your business back. This is Edna White and keeping it real on purpose on your next move. We'll see you next time.